Got a very important YouTube announcement to make to all you loyal YouTube subscribers of mine. Here's the deal. YouTube has been having major issues with notifications, meaning every time that I've posted a video, a large portion of my YouTube following is not receiving a notification that that video is up, but I've got a fix for it. If you go to my YouTube channel and you are a loyal YouTube subscriber, you should see this bell. Click on that bell. It'll put you on the notification list, meaning every video that I put out from here on out, you'll receive a notification. Problem solved. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be taking a look at the UWELL Crown version 3. That's right. The version 1 was awesome. The version 2 was definitely a fail. And now you got this version 3. Now, this is just a quick glance, but all I can say so far is holy crap. I think they're back. And I think this may be better than the version 1, guys. The 3 coil heads that I've tested out have been performing fantastic, have lasted at least 3 to 4 days. And know this, if you're using juice that doesn't have sweetener in it, then the coil head's going to last a lot longer. If you're using juice that has a buttload of sweetener in it, then it's not going to last as long. Sweetener gunks up coil heads, guys. Just know that. But yeah, 3 to 4 days for a coil head, considering, I mean, that's good. Good in my opinion. So right now I've got this Crown version 3 sitting on the Wismac Predator 228, vapor at 64.5 watts, got the 0.25 ohm coil head in here. You get 2 coil heads. We'll get into all that. But yeah, 64.5 watts with a 0.25 ohm coil head. It's got triple adjustable airflow, and I've got that airflow halfway closed off all across the board. You know the drill. Vapor production, you guys see it, kicking ass and taking names. The flavor, from the get-go. No break-in with this coil head. No break-in with the other coil head. It's just been phenomenal. Flavor's up there with the best of them. The best sub-ohm tanks out there, in my opinion. I'm going to open her up wide open just so you could hear it. Smooth, smooth, smooth sailing. Close her off again. Quarter way. Gets a little whistly when you close it off a quarter way all across the board, but it's still smooth. I'm going to close it off even more. Ooh, that's pretty much all the way. Let's see if I can do a mouth-to-lunger. Yeah, you could do it a little airy. Again, that's not my speed, but I'm going to open her back up about halfway. They got the airflow down for this device, man. It is smooth, smooth, smooth. My cup of tea. I'm going to take a hit with her wide open just to show you, and I'm going to bump up the wattage. So let's see, 80 watts. Keep it up. Look at the vapor production. Woo, she's a chugging tits. I mean, what device nowadays doesn't chug tits? But with this airflow being so smooth, it just seems like the vapor comes with these even more. Alrighty, so here's the packaging for this UWELL Crown version 3. Pop the lid to that packaging. The first thing that I noticed, I know this is going to sound funny, but I love this plastic molding. It's cleaner to work with, especially from a reviewer standpoint. Now, from a consumer standpoint, I can't tell you. You guys got to tell me that. But from a reviewer standpoint, I love how when you pull everything out, it's clean. Nothing rubs off on it. Nothing smears on it. With most other packaging out there, it uses some sort of like black styrofoam sticky stuff that usually rubs off on the product that's sitting in it. And with this, you don't have to worry about that because there's no sticky stuff. And it keeps the product secure. I received 5 of these bad boys and none of them came to me harmed. But the second thing I noticed was the tank, and it says Crown 3 down here. So you get your Crown 3 tank, you get an extra quartz glass tube, and you receive an extra coil head reading 0.5 ohms. You also receive a baggie of extra O-rings and some gaskets. A locking key to lock the tank. Included is a UWELL Crown 3 user manual with an authenticity code. And last but not least comes with a warning card. Color option time. So you have your iridescent option with your purple, black, and brass 510 drip tip. Another option is this blue UWELL Crown 3 with the blue, black, and brass drip tip. You could choose it in regular stainless steel with the orange, black, and brass 510 drip tip. Black with the red, black, and brass 510 drip tip. Or last but not least, the matte black with the green, black, and brass 510 drip tip. So yeah, you got all of these color options with this Crown 3, and what I love about it is that each one comes with a different color drip tip. Love the 510 drip tip. It's got an aluminum sleeve with Delrin with brass, and they're just comfortable drip tips. My personal favorite is the iridescent with the purple, but I also like the red drip tip, but I wish the red drip tip came with a matte black, but that's just being nitpicky. Again, you got all these color options, which is really cool. Few specs for this tank. She's primarily made of stainless steel, which is astonishing to me because all these finishes on there, man, I'm telling you, they are top notch, build quality, absolutely flawless. 24.5 millimeter in width and 58 millimeter in length with this drip tip. She's got bottom, triple, adjustable airflow. You grab a hold of this ring and turn it and you close it off. Whatever you adjust on this side is going to be the same all across the board. I close it off even more. Close it off even more. It does stop. It does stop in this direction, so it does not spin in 360, and it is the perfect amount of restrictiveness. At the bottom, she got a protruding gold-plated, non-adjustable 510 pin. Do not use this on your hybrid top cap devices. It just doesn't protrude enough, in my opinion, but you got smooth 510 threads. It also says at the base, UWELL Crown 3, www.myuwell.com. On the top cap of this device, it's engraved Crown, beautiful engravings, and then you got 3 over here, and then over here, it's got UWELL. Now onto this beautiful 510 drip tip, and I'm probably not going to mention this in FaceTime, but I love these drip tips. Love how comfortable they are. Again, the sleeve is aluminum, and then you've got this brass ring down here, and then inside here is the Delrin. And she does fit snug as a bug, and here she is, dual O-ring down here at the base. But the good thing is, if you don't like these drip tips, you can always use your favorite 510 drip tip with this. This is 510 drip tip compatible. And if you look down there, you got your locking ring. We'll get into that. Nice snuggy duggy fit though. Top fill for this, easy peasy, what a sleazy. You just grab a hold of the top cap and you do one full turn. About one full turn, and it pops off, and then you got your easy top fill. But I do wish the slots were a little bit bigger for the glass droppers. Now you can easily fit your glass droppers in there, but it's just going to be some spillage because they're just a little bit on the small side, in my opinion. Again, all this is going to be subjective. But yeah, everything is beautiful. I mean, machining, you got your O-ring there, you got your gasket in there to seal in everything. And right now, this tank is completely locked. I mean, I can unscrew the base and get the go-ahead out, but the actual tank is locked, and that's because this nut in here is keeping everything locked together. When everything is locked into place like you see it right now, it keeps everything more secure and more pressurized, which makes for a better vape. But if you want to unlock that nut in there, you just use this key. Go clockwise. And that should just pop right out. There she is. So clockwise does it, boys and girls. And of course, there she is without the nut in there. And now you can unscrew this whole tank section. Quartz glass comes out, and then you got your O-ring down there, and you got your shaft section. And inside there, you got your coil head, or one of your coil heads. And the coil head will be press fitted into here. That's what I love about this. That's right. These are press fitted, zero threaded coil heads. So you got your gasket down here. Again, everything is just sealed in super efficiently. Gaskets everywhere, O-rings everywhere. I mean, that's how all sub-ohm tanks should be, and that's how most of them are. But this UWELL Crown version 3 just seems to be more sealed up than most sub-ohm tanks. But all you got to do is grab the coil head. Again, it's press fitted, and it comes right out. You got O-rings on there. Now, I've heard this O-ring pops off. I have not had any issues with the 3 that I've used. And here's the inside of the chamber section / shaft section. You got your feed slots. You got your minimum. We'll get into that in a second. And you got your crown on this side, laser etched. And this is the 0.25 ohm coil head that's pre-installed. 80 to 90 watts recommended. You got your feed slots. Uses organic Japanese cotton. This is a parallel 316 stainless steel coil head. And that's another pro I'm not going to mention in FaceTime is you can pop this in and use it in stainless steel temperature mode right away if you want. Or you can use it in regular wattage mode. And the other thing I really like about stainless steel is the ramp up. There's no ramp up. You hit the fire button and it just and you get your vape on your nicotine right away. And of course, here's the other coil head that comes with this, the 0.5 ohm recommended vape, 70 to 80 watts. Uses organic Japanese cotton, you got your feed slots. Also a parallel stainless steel coil head, another pro in my opinion. Here is the base section, threads all across the board for this device, smooth. You got your notches down there, which line up with the coil heads, which I'm going to show you in a second. Go ahead and press fit the 0.25 into the shaft section. And you see that notch, one notch on one side, one notch on the other. Just twist it, it'll find its way. There we go. Make sure she's nice and tight. Make sure the O-ring is in place down here. Tank section, O-ring in place. Oh yeah, before you fill her up in vapor, you want to make sure you prime up this coil head because it is using organic Japanese cotton. Anything that uses cotton, you got to prime it up. You got to juice it up beforehand, just letting you know. The reason why I didn't juice this up and the reason why I'm not filling this up is because I'm giving this bad boy away. Whoop, on there and ready to rock. So here's the matte black finish Crown 3 that I've been rocking for the past week, man. How many tanks have I put this thing through? I would say probably no less than 2 tanks a day, maybe more than that. Maybe 25 tankfuls? Yeah, between 20 and 25 tankfuls, and it's been rocking. Now look at this minimum line. When the juice goes below that minimum line, you got to fill back up. The quartz glass tube, definitely like my quartz glass tubes over Pyrex. That's a pro. Like I said, everything is just sealed off with this device. O-rings and gaskets everywhere. Even the coil heads have O-rings on there, and when you pop the coil head in there, you press fit them in there, you really feel it. It's not a loose fit. Secure and locked and pressurized, baby. So yeah, no leaking. Not one bit with all 3 coils that I've tried. First pro, performance, absolutely fantastic. Flavor, no break-in, biggie, biggie, biggie. Airflow for this all across the board, smooth as a catfish's belly, baby. I mean, it is just whether you close it off all the way, halfway, a quarter of the way, open it up, silky, silky smooth. It just feels effortless when I take a hit, and I love devices that feel that way. No turbulence. It's just easy. Again, that's wide open. Oh man, I love it. As you guys saw in the close-ups, it's got easy top fill, and I love the nut in here, the locking nut. I know a previous version of the UWELL, I can't remember what tank, whether it was the B2, but it had that same locking nut, which keeps the tank together, keeps everything pressurized, just more secure. Oh, and this thing holds a good amount of juice, 5 mils. And this tank comes with a replacement glass tube, so if you're to lose or break this one, you got another one to go to. You got all sorts of color options for this. As you guys saw, you get the matte black, the regular black, the stainless steel, the rainbow, and then the blue. They probably have more color options coming, and the drip tips that come with each one has a different color. But I like the drip tips. I like how they're 510. Yeah, the drip tip that comes with this is a 510 drip tip, so that means this sucker's 510 drip tip compatible, so you can use your favorite 510 drip tips. And that leads me to talk about the build quality and the finish for all the colors, for all the units that I've received have been just flawless. It's really impressive to have a stainless steel unit with such a great finish on there. Whether you got the blue, you got the matte black, you got the black, I mean, all of them are just great. Solid, feels good. There's no machine oil, no grease on there. Most devices nowadays don't have machine oil or grease. But with this one, you don't even need to clean it. You get it, you fill it up and go. Back to the coil head. So you know how they perform because I just showed you, I talked about it, I boasted about it, but I also like how they're threadless coil heads and they're press fitted. Oh yeah, and the fact that this tank is a 24.5 millimeter tank. Love my 24 to 25 millimeter devices. The only con I found for this is the top fill, not the functionality, but the actual slots on the top fill. They're just on the smaller side. I wish they were just a little bit bigger, but that's it. So like I said, if this keeps performing like it does, I'm gonna highly recommend it. But I gotta test it more. I gotta go through more coil heads. Time will tell. But so far, she's a beaut. Vapes a beaut, looks a beaut, feels a beaut. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it and found it entertaining and helpful, well then like the video down below. And if you want to see more of moi, subscribe for more. This is Rip Chippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.